Did you know, okay, there's Mighty Moms. Did you know that 1 in 5 children go to school hungry in the U.S.? What about this one? 35% of households in Denham Springs live on $35,000 or less annually. Wow, that's not a lot of money. I didn't know those facts either until 2010. In August of 2010, well, actually in the summer of 2010, I had a prayer. I prayed that God would break my heart for what breaks his. He did just that. In August of 2010, I started a prayer group of moms in my house. On Monday mornings, we would get together, pray for our children, pray for the bus drivers, pray for the cafeteria ladies. We would pray for their enemies, and God moved in big ways, really big ways. And I could talk for an hour about the things that we saw happening in our kids' lives, but that's for another day. So one morning, Hope, one of the girls that was there with us, she asked that we pray for her neighborhood children, not the children that she had. Those kids in her neighborhood didn't have enough food to eat, and school had started, and they were all running around the neighborhood after school, and she and her husband didn't have enough money to feed all the kids in the neighborhood. So we prayed, and we went on our way. Well, me and 2 of my girlfriends who started Mighty Moms with me, we drove through that neighborhood later on that week. My heart broke. God broke my heart that day, and I believe Mighty Moms was born that day. I've never been the same. I've never been the same. Childhood hunger is real. Summer hunger is very real. There are children that live in neighborhoods next door to us. There's kids that ride the bus with our kids. They don't have enough to eat. And hunger here doesn't look like what it looks like in Ethiopia or in Haiti. These kids, some come to school dirty, some come to school clean. Some don't want you to even have one idea that they're struggling at home. Just like Joni said, they're dealing with so much, and they can't possibly learn Common Core math if they're hungry. And I'm not talking about just hunger for, I've been hungry, but I know that I'm going to get a meal. Maybe not right then, but in a few hours or the next morning, I'm going to eat something. These kids are chronically hungry. Their stomach hurts all the time because they don't have enough to eat. So Mighty Moms was born. We decided that we could do something. We could figure this out. We could make sandwiches. We could have chips and waters, and we could pass out fresh fruit. And we just started walking in the neighborhood. We met the most precious kids, y'all. They're so cute, and they weren't just hungry for food. They were hungry for relationship. They wanted someone, like Joni said, just to say, "Hey, I see you, and I see that bobo on your toe. Come over here. Let me put a Band-Aid on it for you." Or for one of the kids that we met, Day, he had never eaten cantaloupe a day in his life before, and I think he probably still loves cantaloupe. That was 7 years ago. I think he probably still loves cantaloupe today. So as we began to build relationships and feed the kids over that year, Mighty Moms, we didn't just pound the pavement delivering sandwiches. We also talked to everyone who would listen to us talk about childhood hunger. We did research. We filed our 501c3 paperwork, and we got it. In record time, we became a legit 501c3 nonprofit organization. We couldn't believe it. We knew we were on the right path. We knew that we had heard what God said, and God said, "Go out there and feed those kids. You can do it." So in 2011, January 2011, we were approved by the Livingston Parish School Board to do our Full Tummy Project in the schools. That's our backpack program. We pack bags for kids who are hungry on the weekends, and we deliver them to the schools every week, and they go home on Friday with a bag of food to last them. Oops, supposed to do this. This school year, we started off with just a few schools, just a little bit of money, and just a few volunteers. This school year, we delivered 10,811 full tummy bags to 43 Livingston Parish schools. 50 committed, thoughtful, vibrant volunteers help us pull this off week to week. even though we're a nonprofit, the Full Tummy Project is really a business. We've got it down to a well-oiled machine. We couldn't do it without the good people of our community. Mighty Moms pours into our community, and the community pours into Mighty Moms, and I couldn't be prouder to live here. I grew up in Baton Rouge, and I never thought that I would live in Denham Springs. Never thought I would. But now I can't imagine living anywhere else. So not only do we do the Full Tummy Project, which is a $10,000 a month grocery bill that is completely supported by the good people of Livingston Parish. So the money just comes to us. People want to help. We live in such an awesome community. It's amazing to me. We also do our free grocery store once a month with our free garage sale, and that is awesome too. Selfishly, we love to hug the kids. The Full Tummy Project, the guidance counselor, and teachers like Joni get to hug the kids on a daily basis, but we don't. The pantries or the free grocery stores, that is an awesome day. People just come through our line with their wagons or their grocery bags, and it is so beautiful to be able to hug a mama or hug a grandparent and say, I'm so glad you're here. Grab all the cabbage you want. Grab all of the carrots that you want. Get some extra milk. Get extra peanut butter, because we love you, and we want your pantry to be full when you leave us. We don't want to give you beans and rice. We want to give you brownie mix too, because who doesn't like brownies? Your kids think you're mom of the year if you're cooking brownies when they get home from school. So anyway, Mighty Moms does a lot of projects like that, Mighty Moms is good. It's just good, and it's not just me. It's so many people. So many people make it happen, and I am in awe that this is my story, that I get to have a part in something so beautiful. It's beautiful, and I'm honored, and I'm humbled, and I'm privileged to serve the people of our community this way. I love it. I love it. Now, don't get me wrong. There are hard days. There's days when what I started off doing was serving our community feels like work. There's days when I want to throw in the towel. There's days when a stupid flood happens, and all of us are homeless. All of us, I've never had to worry about feeding my kids. We live in a camper. There's no way to really feed your kid except for just give them some cereal for a while. So we're all kind of stuck in this rut or this terrible situation, and I thought I wanted to throw in the towel. I didn't think I wanted to do it anymore. I couldn't take care of my family, much less I couldn't think about what was going on with other kids. Thank goodness there were people in Mighty Moms that didn't flood, so they were able to keep it going while I was, mulling in my, sadness or whatever. But I will say I've never been formally trained or been to school on how to start an organization like Mighty Moms or how to lead it or how to be an executive director. Some days I flub it up really bad. Some days I do a pretty good job. But I will say this, I feel like there's one thing that all of us in this room have in common. Being mighty. Mighty is powerful, extraordinary. Powerful, having great prestige or influence. And that's not the kind of influence or prestige that says, oh, I'm kind of a big deal. That's not it. We all have influence and prestige and power in our own inner circles that we can use to help others. Extraordinary, going beyond what is usual or regular or customary. So I think that being mighty, using our power and influence to do something special, to do something that is just above and beyond what regularly happens, I think that it doesn't have to be expensive or elaborate. It's best when really it's simple. The simpler the better. When we try to make it some kind of a big ordeal is usually when it stresses us out so much and the kids just want to eat. They don't really care about what we have planned for them other than feeding them and spending some time. So I ask you, how can you be mighty in your community? Thank you.